Hey everyone, what is up? It is Ashton here, and it is an amazing Sunday, and I am down for 2 videos. I missed Thursday and I missed Saturday, so I apologize. I am just doing the best that I can to make sure that I go live every single day. Anyways, while you guys are hopping on, if you're watching the replay, please post replay so I always know when people are seeing this, if they're live or if it's replay. If you've been on the videos before, make sure you drop a heart below. If you've never been on the videos before, tell me where you're from. I want to know where people are from. Where are you watching this from? So I'm just giving this a moment for people to hop on. I know how Facebook works, but let me tell you here, I was asked a question. So I've been asking people, what would you like me to come on and talk about? And I had like 2 or 3 people, hey Rob, what's up? Like 2 or 3 people that were like, I want to know how do you keep up with motivation when you're not seeing results and stuff like that? So people have been talking about motivation. So I'm like, all right, I got this. Let's talk about this. So I want to give you guys 4 tips, okay? I want to talk about 4 tips or 4 points that I want to talk about regarding motivation, okay? Because if you don't know my backstory, very, very quickly, I had half my L5 disc removed. I was 238 pounds, lost 100 pounds, and then continued my journey to stay healthy and fit and been through roller coasters, right? So anyways, I'm going to give you guys 4 points. You guys can grab pen and paper if you want to and write some of this down. But the first point that I want to get at with motivation is, you guys, it takes time. Ouch. I know people don't want to hear that it takes time, but it takes time, right? Because most people are looking now for quick fixes. They want things fast. It's just the society and everything that's like, I want fast this, I want fast that, it takes time, right? They say Rome wasn't built in a day. So imagine, you guys, for instance, okay, let's say somebody comes to you and they're like, hey, we're going to go on this trip, right? This airplane was built in 1 day, or this airplane was made it took like 6 months to make. Which one would you really want to fly on? I know that's like a really stupid thing to think about, but imagine that for a second. I would not want to get on a plane that somebody built in a day. That would kind of scare the crap out of me. So it takes time, right? They say Rome wasn't built in a day. So depending on what you're trying to do, so I'm going to give an example regarding like weight loss and stuff. Most people didn't put on all the weight that they put on in their body in 1 day. So it takes time. So one thing that I can tell you guys is, I don't know how many of you guys have seen Facing the Giants. Give me a little smiley face or something, or thumbs up if you've seen Facing the Giants. Or if you've seen that part where it's like the death crawl, okay? So here, this coach has a guy come up and put a guy on his back, and he's going to crawl and stuff, and he's like, I want you to crawl to the 50-yard line, and he's blindfolds him and everything and stuff, and he's already doubting himself as he's getting up there and everything. Well, here the coach is like, keep going, and I highly recommend that you guys look it up. Look up Facing the Giants death crawl, and you'll be able to see the scene. It's a popular scene. But here he's like, give me your best, and he's like, don't give up, give me a little bit more. Don't give up. You can do it. Keep going till you've got nothing left. And what ends up happening is that most of us, when we have this goal set in our mind, we already, for one, are telling ourselves that we can't do it. 2, we're like, it's, if I told you, hey, you got to get to, or you can do this. Okay, for instance, let me tell you, you have a deadline. Let's say you have homework that has to be done, okay? You have homework that has to be done, and a teacher says, hey, your homework's due in 2 weeks. Most people usually get it done in the 2 weeks' time. Now, if they were to tell you, hey, you only got a week to do this, you get it done in 1 week, right? So we have more potential in us and more stuff, you guys don't even know the potential that you have, because we've got this little brain in our mind, and I'm going to call it the enemy, You could look up the subconscious mind, as some people will call it, but it's going to sit there and tell you that you can't do these things. You're going to sit here and have these fears of just quit, give up, all these lies that come in, and let me tell you, they're lies. So number one, it takes time, you guys. It takes time. So, and you're probably like, well, yeah, but I'm saying, how do I keep that motivation if I'm not seeing results, right? Like, I know it takes time, but how do I keep motivation up when I don't see results? Well, first off, who cares how long it's going to take you, for one? If I told you guys that you could have your, I don't know, maybe you have a goal to have this dream home, or maybe you have a goal to make a 6-figure business, or maybe you have a goal to be a bodybuilder, or maybe you have a goal to lose 100 pounds. Who cares how long it's going to take you, right? It doesn't matter how long it's going to take you, because if I told you, hey, in 5 years, you're going to look like this, or in 5 years, your business is going to be making $1 million a year, or in 5 years, you're going to be doing this, you're going to have it. You would hold off for the 5 years until you accomplish it. You wouldn't give up, right? It wouldn't matter how long it's going to take you. But since you don't know how long it's going to take you, people focus so much on how long it's going to take that they completely forget to keep going, like keep doing the stuff they need to do every single day. So my tip number 2 is going to be know your why. Know your why, you guys. You have to know your why, because when you start to lose motivation, or when you're not seeing the results and everything, you have to know why you're doing what you're doing, because it's not gonna matter. So I'll give you an example personally with me. When I first started at 238 pounds losing weight, okay, 238 pounds, and this was after having back surgery, I did Insanity. I don't know if y'all know what Insanity is, but doing Insanity, the first Insanity at 238 pounds, that's hard. I couldn't even jump. I was doing knee raises. I was modifying everything. And people are like, how did you keep going? And I'm like, because I had a why. And I'll tell you my why. My why had a lot to do with my kids, because having back surgery, I was afraid that if I would have continued to put in the stuff in my body, or I would have continued to keep going the way that I was going, that something may happen to me. And if something happens to me, what's going to happen to my kids? Where would they be at, right? So that was a big why. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to put my kids on a scale right here, like, you know, those teeter-totter scales. I'm going to put them on this scale, and then I'm going to put cupcakes and candies and cigarettes and this and that. There is no way that those things could ever tempt me more, where I had to look my kids in the eye and be like, you guys, I'm sorry. I have lung cancer now because mom didn't want to give up smoking cigarettes. Or, you guys, I have diabetes, and so now it's a struggle for this and that and everything because I put way too much food in my body, put junk in my body and all this stuff. No, my kids were a big reason why I started my journey. And so I remembered that every time that I wanted to give up. I was like, there is no way in heck I can look at my kids and tell them these things, that all these other things were more important to me than them. So you guys have to have a why, and maybe you don't have a big reason why for what you're trying to accomplish, but there has to be some reason why, and then you can start to tap into that a little bit more. You know, like some people are like, well, I want to lose weight because I want to look better. Okay, that's fine if that's what you want to do, but why? Does it make you feel more confident? Are you trying to, I don't know, do you want to look better because you're trying to find your mate or whatever? I don't know. You have to have a reason why. And when that reason why is more powerful than all your excuses, you're going to keep going. Now, does that mean that you're not going to slip up? I mean, yeah, stuff happens and everything. But when you'll hear the thing, when you feel like quitting, remember your why. So that is my second point as far as remembering your why. You need to know why you're doing what you're doing. And then you're going to have to, when something comes up, you can ask yourself, okay, am I sacrificing what I want most for what I want now? So ask yourself that question, right? So again, for weight loss, okay, do I really need this cupcake? Do I really need to do this? Or maybe you're growing a business and you have something that you want to go do, but yet you had plans to work on your business. You need to ask yourself, am I sacrificing what I want most for what I want now? Not saying that you can't ever treat yourself to things, but you know what's going to take you to the next step, right? So my third point, or my third tip, is to find people who are going to keep you accountable. That is the third tip in the whole motivation thing, right? Because who doesn't all love cheerleaders? And if you look at what I told you in the first tip about facing the giants and everything, he had a coach sitting there pushing him, telling him, keep going, you can do this, don't give up. And he's like, am I there yet? Just give me your best, it doesn't matter if you're there yet, just give me your best, don't quit on me, you can do this. And he went from where he didn't even think he could really do anything to accomplishing something that he never even thought that he could, because he had someone there pushing him. So accountability is huge. I have a success partner for my business. I have accountability partners for my health and fitness. I know that it doesn't matter if I'm Ashton and I've lost 100 pounds or I've done this or that. I still need accountability partners. I have a person who I work with. I also have a coach, like a push coach, to help me accomplish the goals that hey, Ashton, how are you doing with this? All right, if I start to doubt myself or whatever, they keep me in check. Why? Because it's important, you guys. You need people that are going to know the reason why you're doing what you're doing and push you towards your goals and help you keep accountable, so that when you're like, you know what, I really, nope, get it done. You need to do this. This is why you told me that you want to do it, so you don't even play with yourself, right? Like, don't sit here and tell me no. So find accountability. For instance, we have an accountability group on Marco Polo and also on Facebook for those that I work with to get healthy and fit. I also have an accountability group for my coaches who are wanting to help people and also grow an income themselves. I have those accountabilities because when they invest in my time, I'm here for you. What can I do? How can I help you? I need to check in with you. How's it going? Nope, go get this done. So the third point is find people who will help keep you accountable. Reach out to people, okay? Make sure that they know, hey, this is why you're doing what you're doing, which was the second tip. And then they can continue to push you towards your goals. This is my last point, okay? My last point is just show up one more day. Show up one more day. One more day. Because you'll hear it. If you're doing, or what you do today is going to affect your tomorrow, right? And so let me also give you an example here, is that you'll find people, I've done it myself too, like, okay, I have this checklist of things that I want to do. And all of a sudden I get this amount of checklist stuff off. And I'm like, I really just want to paint, or I really just want to do this. I can do it tomorrow. Or you hear people, they're like, you know what, I didn't do my best today, so I'm going to give 150% tomorrow. Okay, let's be real, really, really quickly. Number one, let's say on Monday, you slack off and you give 50%, okay? You give 50% of what you really wanted to do to accomplish your goal. Maybe it was towards your health and fitness, maybe it was your business, I don't know, but you gave 50% of what you had. And you're like, I'm just gonna make it up tomorrow. Hey, Jeff, you can't make it up tomorrow, you guys. You only have 24 hours each and every single day, right? 24 hours. That's it. So you can't pull more hours on your Tuesday to make up for it. Can you be productive? Yes, but you could have been that productive on that Tuesday no matter what, right? Do you guys kind of get what I'm saying here? Like, show me some hearts if you know what I'm saying here, like, right? Like, yes, you can be as productive as you can be for that day, but you can't do more. You can't do more the next day. You can't pull from the previous days. Like, you can't. So don't tell yourself, you know what, it's okay, I can make it up the next day, because you can't make it up the next day. There's no possible way. And once we start to really understand that, we become more intentional with what we do with our time. We become more intentional about the things that we say yes to and the things that we say no to. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. Number one, if these videos help you guys, please feel free to share them. Or if you know someone who's struggling with motivation, send it to them. So the 4 tips, again, very, very quickly. Number one, remember it takes time. You guys, it takes time. You have to remember that, okay? Number 2 is know your why. You have to know your why. Number 3 is find people that will hold you accountable for it. You need to have somebody who's going to hold you accountable, even if that means you have to invest in somebody to keep you accountable. Because I'm going to tell you, when you continue to get pushed outside your comfort zone, or when you continue to get pushed, you will start to see yourself hitting these levels that you never even thought that you would, right? Like you're like, whoa, I totally didn't know that I had that potential, because we don't see ourselves the way that God sees us, or, we don't see ourselves the way that other people see us. We see ourselves as what we think and what our mentality of, we could go into the whole mind thing too, and I'm not going to. And last tip, number 4, just show up one more day. Don't give up. Don't give up. It doesn't matter if it takes you 5 years. Like I told you, if I specifically told you that you could accomplish the goal that you have set on your heart right now, but it's going to take you 5 years, or maybe it's going to take you 10 years, would you give up and tell me, okay, fine, Ashton, that's way too long, I'm just going to give up? No, you'd be like, sweet, okay, if it's going to take me 5 years to make $1 million a year every single year, I'm going to show up every day for 5 years. Or oh, if I can accomplish that health goal in 5 years, okay, fine. I don't care if it's going to take me 5. You just told me it takes me 5 years. Like, it's all good. Sure, yep, I'm not going to quit. So just show up one more day. All right, well, those are my 4 tips for you guys for those, on keeping motivated when you want to give up, or keeping motivated when you feel like you're not seeing results, or when you're struggling. So I hope that helps you guys out, and you guys have a blessed Sunday, and I will talk just to let you know too, you guys, I'm sacrificing watching the Cowboys to make a live video for you guys, because I missed 2 days. I can't make that up. So that's something, telling you something right there, you guys, that I'm here showing up for you guys when my boys are playing, okay? So I will talk to you guys later. Love you so much. Feel free to post below and let me know what other videos you guys would like to see, or anything else that you guys would like to hear. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll see ya.